Hello, and welcome, everyone. I am your host, Lizzie, and one of the producers of the LizyT show. How are you doing this afternoon, this beautiful Saturday? We are here in Toronto, Canada. For some of you that don't know, I am here broadcasting live today, and I know that some of you are probably wondering, Lizzie, you don't do shows on the weekend very much. Well, today is the exception to the rule. And some Saturdays, some weekends are the exception to the rule. Well, we have an incredible lady that is waiting patiently on the other side. Uh, she's going to be talking about her business, her career, her endeavor, her trials and tribulations. This is going to be a hot topic. It's going to be hot in the kitchen, like I said earlier on social media. So I'm looking forward to have this talk with you. Some of you know that I am a big supporter of Woman on Fire. This is one of the things that I do every year. If I can give back, if I'm able to support some way of form to support this amazing organization that Allison Harvey has created. That's what I do. And I am so honored to be able to bring such incredible ladies to the stage, ladies that I have done great things in the community. And I've mentioned this many times. I sound like a broken record, but it's true. Those ladies are not being recognized. And here on the LizyT show, I'm able to shine a little bit of light. Woman on Fire, rather, happened already 2 weekends ago, if I'm not mistaken. Times flies. And so this lady had opportunity to be part of this event and showcase her work and got nominated for a great job that she does in the community. So she will tell you all about it. Again, if you are listening to us right now, or if you're watching on social media, as you know, we are all over the internet, not just here on my webpage, LizyPodcast.com, but also, as you can see it on the screen, all over the social media. And if you would like to comment, say hello, or if you would like to just support the lady that is here right now, that'll be amazing. That's one of the things that we do, support each other. And yeah, so happy Easter for everyone who celebrated Easter. And he's risen. He's not dead, he's alive. So I just have to say that. Okay, so I will bring her up. But before I do, I would like to make sure that you have a little bit of background as to who we're going to be talking today. Her name, as you can see it on the screen, is Nicole Francis. She is the founder and CEO of Chozen Clay. It's a sexual trauma recovery coach. That's what she is. She is a certified mental health first aid responder, a survivor of multiple forms of sexual violence and domestic abuse. Nicole is resilient, compassion, and love for the community were few of the reasons she founded this organization, Chosen to Be Whole, back in 2020. Overcoming her own challenges, Nicole knew that combating sexual violence and associated with trauma would become her life work. And some of you know that I had way back then also a situation with sexual trauma. So my book is you could read my book all about it, but this is not about me. This is about Nicole. Nicole is intrinsically motivated supporter, supporting others through their recovery process, whilst exploiting predatory tactic and teaching preservative strategies. Nicole is a true community advocate and ally, and I believe that we will be sharing her website with you pretty soon. But before we run out of time, let's welcome this wonderful lady to the stage with a wonderful round of applause. Hello, beautiful, and welcome to the LizyT show. How are you doing this afternoon?
I'm fine, thank you, and thank you for having me. Mhm.
Oh, it's my pleasure, my honor. I mean, this is going to be an interesting topic. I've spoken about this topic many, many times in my show, but there's always a new story. There's always a new challenge, and there's always something that you can share with us, especially my audience, that perhaps somebody on the other side, maybe not today, but they will be watching this later on, and they will be saying, I identify with this. I know what Nicole has gone through because I'm going through it myself. One of the things that I was going to ask you is, for somebody, myself, also going through a trauma in the past, one of the worst thing and one of the most challenging things is to be able to put it out there, and for you to start an organization. uh, my goodness, where'd you get the courage? I mean, what happened? Not only you experience it yourself, but now you're trying to help others. How did you come up with this idea of starting this organization? It's a big organization, by the way. Congratulations.
Thank you. To be honest, I do not take any credit for starting it. I didn't have any intentions. I wanted to keep what I went through private, and that was not the intention that God had. Um, and it wasn't a big fanfare. It was just so quiet. It was a still small voice that it's times to start um, talking about it. There's others that need healing. And the funny thing about it was I hadn't gone through my total, healing process. It's in working with others that I began to heal even the more. So that's really how it started, was just God giving the command and just being obedient to that call.
One of the things that you just said, that God given the command, and a lot of people that I could tell you're a woman of God, and so am I. I'm not a secret. I'm very open to say that I am a Christian and born again. And this is not a religious show, by the way. If you wonder, Lizzy, have you switched? No, it's thanks to the freedom of speech, I'm able to express myself, and I'm hoping that you are understanding. But one of the things that you said, that if for the people that are watching there, out there, and saying, if God exists, what did he allow such a trial in people's life, especially uh, sexual abuse and things like that? And I have the answer, but I would like to know what you have to say, because he allows certain things for a certain reason, and here you are helping others. But I want to know what you have to say.
I actually like when I do get this question, for the simple fact that I can say, God did not allow it to happen. It is not something that he was unaware that was going to happen. And once you have a relationship with God and you can understand the nuances of who he is, we'll understand that he is not a person to force you to do what you don't want to do. I do believe that he may have, spoken to the separate individuals in separate ways by, bringing other people to them, maybe a TV show, maybe a song, to try to get them before they, thought of me as their prey. And everyone has free will. As we all know, growing up, your parents will tell you don't touch that hot stove, and they do everything that they can to stop you from touching that hot stove. But you take your own free will, you touch the hot stove, and you have now the consequences. I say this to say that God did not allow it to happen to me. He did not design for it to happen to me, but he knew what he was going to do with it when I finally gave in and decided to give him all of my broken pieces.
I love it, and that's my answer pretty much in a nutshell. You basically answer it the way I would have answered too. This is something that, looking back, is a way of helping others, is a way of testimony, is a way of really learning to forgive, which is the most
Mhm.
difficult part of being in the other side. And for some of us, we're able to fulfill that and truly forgive our abuser, which is again, it's the most difficult thing ever. But some of us are able to move forward and to say, this has happened because I have to be used as a vessel in a way of helping others, and that's exactly what you're doing. This organization that you have built, and now there is several people working with you. Um, what have come out of it? And many things have come out of it, absolutely. But one of the things that I love to hear from you is, since you've started, what are the most challenging part of running this organization?
Um, Understanding the nuances of the business, first of all, like the back end of it. And then I would say that just getting out and having these conversations. I do want to have sexual safety and prevention and awareness and the recovery process. I want it to become such a comfortable topic that you could have it at your dining table, but we're not there. So, one of the major things that I do come up against is having these conversations. And you'd be surprised at how uncomfortable just me sharing what I've gone through makes others uncomfortable. And I do understand that, but it is not something that's going to deter me from forging ahead to do it. The other thing is in trying to get into schools to have talks. I do have age appropriate, grade leveled um, presentations.
Mm-hmm.
And I do make sure that the presentations are according to the Ontario curriculum. But again, it is just that fear as
Mm-hmm.
to, what's going to be said and how is it going to be said. And I find that because people are also struggling with their own issues in this area, their
Mm-hmm.
fears and their unknowns, it's easier just not to talk about it. And that's no shade or anything, it's understandable.
Yes, it's difficult. Absolutely. How comfortable can you be sharing your own trials when it comes to the most intimate part of your life, which is your sexuality? That's is a is an uncomfortable conversation regardless. Now, for you in your case, to make it comfortable, it's going to take a lot of work. It's going to take the school board to realize, hey, this is happening more than
Mhm.
we expected. Uh, Teenagers and youth are more sexually active, I feel, now than in the past. So therefore, there is things, boundaries that boys and girls have to have in order not to run into a situation where they might regret later on. So prevention and education, I think, is what you said is
Absolutely.
the most important. And for you to
Absolutely.
be able to get in the school board, I think you're right on. You're in the right path. We should be getting more of this type of education. That's one of the things that I notice, and I say that to my girls because I have, well, not teenagers anymore, but I have two young ladies. That's one of the things that I always say. There is two things that are lacking in the school board: it's sexual education and financial education. But it is so important that that you're able. Now, what are the most rewarding, on the other token, rewarding part of what you're doing right now?
Very simply and honestly, when I hear a young woman or a young, gentleman say, you know what, I actually slept last night. I think those are words that mean so much to me. I was able to tell, my mom or dad. I was able to share this with my wife. I was able to share this with my spouse. Those are the three, because that simply means that even though recovery has not been completely achieved, something has been broken in order for you to be able to start sharing. And that is such a telltale sign that you are on or you've begun that journey of healing when you're able to share. And now that sharing might, translate a little bit differently, but the fact that, I can hear I slept last night and I told my wife just a little, or I told my mom. Those are the most rewarding feelings ever.
Wow, wow. I've actually interviewed many people that have gone through, have created organization, but this is the very first time, and I'm being truthful, of somebody said I'm able to sleep because this is haunting. I mean, people take years, and sometimes even they never able to bypass or go through the trauma, and they carry it for centuries, years, decades.
Absolutely.
So for them to be able to come to you and say, I'm able to talk about it, I'm able to at least close my eyes and have a
Yes.
peace that this is not longer heavy in my heart. That must be incredibly rewarding. I'm so happy. What are the things that you were expecting? Because this is your organization is fairly new, and for the ones that are not here right now or will be watching later on, I don't want to forget. What is the website for people to be able to reach out to you?
Okay, so you can find me on the website at Chozen, Chozen, number two, letter B, WHOLE.com. So that's chosen to be whole.com. That's the website. And you could find me on Instagram at Chozen Clay. Again, chosen with a Z. So CHOZEN Clay. Now, once you go into Instagram, there's my link tree, and you will find me on all other platforms as well.
By the way, if you are watching right now, you can see it on the screen. It is right here, the website. So I love the vases. I love the queen. I'm not sure what you chose that color, but we're going to be talking about that. And why chosen to be whole? Why did you? How did you get inspired to have that name for your business?
I didn't choose it again.
Hmm.
To be honest, I was on social media on Facebook, and I wasn't really into social media, but everyone that I knew was on it. And, I was missing, family events and things of that nature. So I actually went on, and I went under the pseudonym Chosen Clay because I was hiding from an ex husband where I
Mm.
had severe domestic violence with. And so I went under Chosen Clay. And then, like I said, in 2020, I wasn't thinking about a business. I wasn't thinking of anything in that regard. But I remember hearing the Lord distinctly saying, you know, I'm choosing you to do a work, and it's going to be
Wow.
a difficult work. And just like how I've chosen you to be whole, those that come your way, those are the ones that I've chosen to be whole. And those that will just come through speaking to you, they are choosing to be made whole. And that's the
Wow.
reason why the logo is the way that it is that there is a broken vase, but it just means that there's always an opportunity to be made whole again. You will still see the scars. The vase will
Mhm.
never be the same way that it was, but it would still be a vessel that it can still be used. So that's the purpose of this logo. And green is my favorite color.
Green is your favorite color. Mine is purple. Wow, I love the story, and for you to being able to listen to the Holy Spirit's voice. A lot of people don't do that. There's like I hear something, I don't know if it's from God or not. Some of us they distinctly know that this is not from me. This is divinely inspired, and kudos for you. I'm so proud of you to be able to listen. And you obviously, the proof is in the pudding. You've been helping so many people. This organization has been helping people that really need. We know, me and you, we know that one of the
Mhm.
things that the first thing that people that have gone through those type of ordeals, trials, and tribulations, they don't want to live anymore. And so your organization and many other is helping someone to probably end their life or probably hurt themselves or who knows what. So definitely you're called to do that. Definitely, I can see the hands of God in your life and your organization. I can definitely see that this has been put on for you for greater purposes, and you following that. So congratulations, and I'm so proud of you because I know a lot of people can definitely benefit. If you're seeing on the street right now, that is the website, and wow, that deserves definitely another round of applause. So, on that note, you've been doing this work since 2020, and all of a sudden, you get a phone call from Allison Harvey that you are nominated. Can you tell us a little bit about? Was it a surprise? Did you know? Did you were you expecting it? Because you do this because you know this is your calling, not because you wanted to be recognized. Can you tell us about that? Because this is really what inspired. That's what we're talking right now is because of your nomination for Woman on Fire.
Absolutely. I had no clue. I did not know anything about Women on Fire. I did not know that there was, an entity of such a great feat where women are supporting women. I like to say fixing each other's crowns. So I did not know. So when
Right.
I got the call and she says you've been nominated rather, and she told me who nominated me, I just smiled. I don't think it kicked in right away because like you said, really, there are times that I will work with an individual and it's not on the books, meaning I'm not
Absolutely.
expecting anything in return. You've called, or I'm in the grocery store and for some reason you've just decided to share something, and then that conversation goes on further. I don't stop and say, hey, give me a call and we can set up a time. So really, the fact, it is not something that I answer the call expecting to get anything in return. But I will say it has been a great and an honor to have been nominated as an impact nominee.
And you, as well deserved. I'm pretty sure we were talking behind the scene a little earlier. This is the very first time, everyone, that I missed this such a overwhelming and incredible and powerful event that took place now almost 2 weekends ago. And for unforeseen reason, I had to leave the country, but I was able to kind of take a little look of what happened. And I know that, as always, it's an incredible weekend. Ladies from all walks of life get together and talk about their businesses, their ideas, and the collaboration. What was the most impactful part of you being part of that weekend? I know the gala is always the big deal because you get to dress up and choose the dress, and that's when really happened. But there's the weekend as well, the business weekend, the pajama party. There's so much going on. But what was the most impactful part of you being part of Woman on Fire?
To be honest, it was a gentleman. That weekend at the table, I believe it was a Saturday, there was quite a bit of people that were passing by and were asking questions, and they stopped and they would speak. But this one particular gentleman, he stopped and he spoke to me for 45 minutes almost, and every time somebody else came up, he excused himself and they came up. And the reason why this stuck out to me is males are the least likely to want to engage in such a topic, simply because of the different emotions that they experience. The trauma is the same. The output might be different, but the trauma felt is the same. And for me, just speaking to this gentleman was very different. There was a connection there. And it wasn't that this gentleman himself had been a victim, but he was just interested in, what can be done, things that happen in this area. He, in this 45 minutes, was just trying to soak up every little bit of information he could. And for
Wow.
that was so poignant for me. I mean, there were amazing things throughout the week, through the weekend
Mhm.
rather, but this was something to have a male so engrossed in figuring out and asking and requesting information.
Wow, wow. It's true though. It's true. And we forget too that abuse is not just for women and children. It
Absolutely.
happens to fellow a male and also a young male. So we forget that because this is so we know that it happens to women and that's all we realize. There's a broader spectrum to that. In his case, it's not like you said. It's not like it happened to him, but I know that some fellows they feel compelled to help as much as possible and get an information. Maybe this fellow will contact you and say, "Look, this is what I thought while we had our conversation.
Mhm.
This is how I can contribute. This is how I can promote what you're doing. This is how I came up with." You just don't know what it
Exactly.
could trigger. What could this person have connections with? And to be able to have a male participant into this, I think is a great opportunity
Yeah.
for you. And probably you were just like you said, you were taken back. This is more than you expected, especially from a male. You expect that from a female, but not as much from a male. And it's rewarding to know that. A guy can sympathize with you and be willing to help as much as any other lady would. So I congratulations that you were able to motivate and touch someone
Mhm.
like him. And again, you never know what this could transpire.
Abs-
Obviously, being able to be there with all of the ladies and in the gala, dressing up and having makeup, do you foresee in the future being more having being part of this more diligently, or perhaps promote this, or perhaps be part of something like this, because I think it's needed to be able to help each other.
I believe that the idea of Women on Fire is a phenomenal one. If not for being recognized, but for me,
Mhm.
more so the networking and the connecting. I
Yes.
met amazing women 2 weekends ago, and it just so happens that there are 4 women from the weekend that we're in contact, and we're going to continue to be in contact, not just for collaborations or on the business sense, but I had the opportunity to sit and speak to these women and just hear their heart for what they're doing in their own businesses. And my sister was there with me as well. And I think organizations like these Women on Fire has an amazing impact when it comes to female entrepreneurs and those that are endeavoring to get into the arena of being business owners.
Yes, yeah. The collaboration is incredible. I'm still friends, or I still talk to with people that I've met 10 years ago, and that's
Mhm.
incredible. Not that we're, glued to the hip or anything like that, but it's
Mhm.
just that friendship, that
Yes,
familiarity. Oh yes, this is my sister from Woman on Fire.
yes,
Absolutely. You make time to go get a coffee, or sometimes you just have a
yes,
quick phone call, and that collaboration, or just to run an idea. Look, this is what I was thinking. What do you think if would to apply it in your business? Something quickly that you don't feel embarrassed or taken back. Oh, I'm not going to bother somebody else. You don't see it as a bother, because if it happens to you, you're able to do the same thing, right? If they call you,
absolutely.
absolutely, can you give me 5 minutes and we will connect, or whatever it is, because that's that friendship that has already established, and
Yes,
that network has already taken place from way back then. And every time you see each other every year, it's the same feeling, the same connection, and ideas will flow. Things that, oh, I didn't think to do that on my business. Thanks for the tip. Yeah, it worked for me. So things like that are imperative. I mean, this is people pay thousands of dollars to be part of a club like that, and we have it in Woman on Fire without much of the cost, other than coming up with a couple of $100 for a weekend once a year. But I think it's absolutely, we should have more groups like this to help each other
Yes.
and to connect and to network. Absolutely, absolutely. Do you foresee yourself going next year? Perhaps just becoming being a speaker. I'm not sure if you were able to speak this time.
This time I did not speak. Like I said again,
Right.
I did not know about Women on Fire, and at the time, I was already engrossed in doing a few other little things, but I certainly was not going to allow this opportunity to pass. As far as the future is going forward, I know that it is something that I will most definitely keep in the forefront. I do not know how and where and how God will maneuver me or direct me. Um, so that's always my answer for everything. However he directs me, however he moves me, however he leads, that is the way that I will lead. I will most definitely always have Women on Fire on the tip of my tongue, with regards to the experience of the weekend and just leading up to it. But
Awesome.
yeah, we'll see how that all
Yeah,
pans out.
absolutely. Well, at least you know, and now if there's an opportunity for you to be one of the speakers, you have a year to prepare, and
Yes.
absolutely. Now, for your business, I mean, again, it's on the screen down here, everyone, which is chosentobewhole.com. Check it out. If you know someone, if you've heard this for the very first time, please reach out. Nicole, as you can see, she's a sweetheart. There's a big team, not just her. I can see it on the screen right now, that there's quite a bit of people working with you, and that must have taken a lot of work. Are they all able to reach out to you and volunteer, or they work with you? How did you? This is a big team.
I have an amazing group of individuals, and they all doing their own things in their own right. So what it is Chosen to Be Whole is set up that it's a one-stop shop. So where I might not be able to deal with relationships with regards to sexual violence, because we do know that we tend to mirror certain things in our relationships that we've had that have been hard.
Mm-hmm.
So I do have a relationship coach that I can refer you to. And at times I can, speak to her if I am speaking to someone else. I have a Robbie who is our youth ambassador, amazing young lady. And I am, as things are going further, a young lady that I endeavor to be using much more because she believes in what we are doing, and she will also share, things that we put on, and
Mm-hmm.
community services. And we have Martello and his wife. So
Wow.
every now and again I will put together self-defense courses, and they have never failed. They come on in and they teach women and men, young boys and girls, how to be safe while they are
Mm-hmm.
engaging in their neighborhood. So when it comes to Chosen to Be Whole, it may not be per se services that I'm dealing with every day,
Mm-hmm.
but there are services that are available to clientele that come in, reputable ones, and those that um, believe in Chosen to Be Whole and that care about community as well.
It's interesting how you talked about, and I see the couple for self defense. I remember taking a class, and many years ago. It's going now 5 years, and with taking a class in Muay Thai, and I remember one of my school partner that was telling the instructor, can you give us some tips how to self-defense? And she kept asking this, oh, if somebody comes and does this, what you should do. And this went on for quite a while, and afterwards I find out that she is being she was being abused by her husband, and she was trying to find out ways of defending herself so she wouldn't be so beat up, and it's incredible how things like that especially nowadays still happen. But yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely. Self-defense is so important, because you want to be able to defend yourself, not just outside or when you go into your car, for example, or when
Yes.
you're late on at night when you leave in the bank. But this is stuff that could happen right at your home, like
Yes.
one of my friends was happened. Yeah.
95%, or I shouldn't say 95, but 85% of the time, the last time I was checking the statistics,
Hmm.
happen within 2 miles of your home.
Isn't it?
Yes. And this is why I do love what I do, because just being able to, I don't spout statistics, but I do let you know that this is right in your backyard. This is
Yes,
not a them situation. This is an us situation. And
I
this
love
can
that.
be a you situation. And
Hmm.
for that reason, I do want you to be aware in order for you to prevent you becoming a victim of a
A victim.
predator, or a cycle of sex trafficking. There's so much information out there, ways to keep our children safe online, which is one of the things that I do teach in my school presentation about online presence, safety, cyberbullying. um, it's a wide topic, and I often say that for sex traffickers and predators, it's a
Hmm.
business for them in some degree. And they don't
Yes.
really have to worry about inventory, because
Hmm.
inventory are people. So therefore, we have to have the mind of a predator, of a sex trafficker, of an
Hmm.
abuser, of a rapist. And it's so sad that we have to be switching our minds into these areas, but it's almost like you have to start thinking like how they are and how they think in order to be safe.
Yes, yes. As you can see here on the screen, everyone, there is the link again, chosen to behold.com. And there, the programs are right on here on your screen for you to be able to, if you are a teacher, if you are a principal, if you are a counselor and you're watching this right now, please connect with chosen to behold.com. The presentations are right on the screen. And look, they're for kindergarten to grade 5, grade 6 to grade 7, grade 9 to 12. So this is for parents and teacher, and this is imperative. It's like what she said. It's really difficult for us to be talking about this right now. That's why I said it's going to be hot in the kitchen. But those are things that if we ignore, they're going to catch it up. They're going to catch up to us. So let's talk about the elephant in the room. Let's protect ourselves. Let's protect our neighbors. Let's protect our wives. Let's protect our sisters, our daughters, and obviously our schools. So this is a way of us being proactive, not creating fear. And this is one of the things that I want to stress. I'm not creating fear. I'm not bringing here. This is you're calling it. Absolutely not. This is reality. And just like Nicole said, this is a business, and people are in it for a financial gain. Unfortunately, it is in the result is in our children's being abused and kidnapped and also for but for proactive. God says He's going to give us the tool, and we have to react. So this is one of the tools right now, and I hope that you could take this seriously and connect with Nicole and her team for whatever that you may see fit for your school, for your organization, for your community.
Yes. I also do individual as well. I have written to um, sexual recovery programs. So one is just generalized trauma, and one is sexualized trauma. And those are 8-week programs that you could do with small group, or you can do them individually as well. So in any area where you find yourself, anywhere you are on the spectrum of sexual trauma, I like to say whether you are supporting someone, whether you just want information to be able to understand um, the nuances of what it's all about, whether you yourself are just a bystander, there's something that Chosen to Be Whole has for you to help you. And as I see you scrolling, those are just some of the events that we have put on, because we do monthly community circles. I have not done one in a little while, and I keep getting messages in, but there's so many moving parts. And as we grow, I'm having to learn to grow and to stretch and to meet the needs of those that come my way as well.
You're only one, but I'm here to help you however I can. Not only just to talk about this on my platform, but also to share with the world and to be able to say to you, there is help out there. You just have to know how to find it. If it's my power on me to be able to put this word forward, then so be it. That's really what I love to do. This is why I do what I do. I know that not everyone will be able to see this, but there is that one person that really, really needs it. That one teacher, that one principal, that one victim that stops to be a victim. Hey, I'm fulfilled. I'm complete. That's really what I want. Is to be able to just that one key person that really needs it. And I'm pretty sure Nicole can agree with my comment.
Absolutely. Absolutely, I do. It just takes one. It
Absolutely.
absolutely takes one. Yeah.
Absolutely. Nicole, I mean, this subject, it can be talked for a very, very long time. Unfortunately, I know you're a very busy person. We were just talking about posting on social that there is not even time for that, but I know that she will be doing that and I will be doing that on her behalf to help with her cause. This is a very important cause. It's not just a cause. This is a life and death situation,
Absolutely.
literally. So we will support the LizyT show and uh, the team will be helping her as much as possible because this must be
Yeah.
shared with everyone here. And so, yeah, absolutely. Any last word, my friend?
Honestly, I just want to share that if you are listening and you know of someone or you're going through, I want you to know that you do not have to stay in the circumstance that you are in. I know it is difficult. I know that it will be scary to run. I know that it is sometimes you are even questioning whether or not you are experiencing what you're experiencing. I want you to know it's not your fault. And I want you to know that there is help there. And I'm going to say it's just chosen to be whole. There are so many different agencies that are there to help. What I want for you to do is for you to get to that place, whenever you get to that place, to know that there is help for you. Chosen to be whole is here for you, and we will do whatever we can to support you, whether you're across the globe, whether you are local. I want you to know that you don't have to live in trauma. And if you've already walked out of trauma and you're still finding that, you know what, you're still not, where you feel that you need to be, I want you to know that trauma is not your destiny. It is not your identity. And you can be made whole. It will take time, it will take some tears, but all of those broken pieces can be put back together where you're a whole vessel again.
Amen to that, sister. Amen. Wow. I told you it's going to be hot in the kitchen, but it's worth it. I mean, I cannot finish that this weekend in such an incredible way with you. And thank you so much for being here, for
For having me.
being vulnerable, sharing your own experience and talking about a topic that a lot of people don't want to talk about. But here in the
Mhm.
LizyT show, we make an exception to that rule. We are talking about. Thank you so much, Nicole. Have an amazing, blessed weekend. And God bless you. And for you, everyone, we will see you back maybe with another Woman on Fire, or maybe with another show, another author. We will catch up with you next. And don't forget to subscribe here somewhere. And we'll see you soon. Bye bye, Nicole. Don't go away. I'll speak to you behind the scene again. Bye
Okay.
bye, everyone. Bye, Nicole.
Bye, everyone.